What's up, world? Doing the driving YouTube thing. Horrible idea. Anyways, I just got done eating lunch at my probably favorite restaurant in Hanamaki, Katsu-sai. Kanji translates to festival. It's a Katsu festival. And now I'll be going down the main strip here in a second. Show you what's going on around here. So we got Gomen right there, a really good ramen shop. Recently had a fire, so they're out of commission for a couple of weeks, but they're already fixing it up, so it's all good. But really good thick noodles. Across the street we got okonomiyaki, and I haven't been there yet, but apparently some people I know like it. Lots of cars coming by, trying to make a right turn. It's not happening. Okay, I'm going, I think. Yep. And up the street I got Moss Burger down here. I have eaten there a couple times, but not super often. What else? We got Koban. Probably means I shouldn't be holding my cell phone up and like doing a bunch of crap, but I am. Gas stations. There's a few good bakeries in this town. I was surprised. Michelle is the best one. Mormons! Mormons! Shit, that's the first I've seen them. in Hanamaki. I've seen in Morioka, which is close to Hanamaki, I saw some what's it called? The other religion that advertises a whole bunch. Jehovah's Witness. That's what I saw. Oh, getting cut off here. Not so bad. Bachan. Super hunched over Bachan, if you didn't see that. If you don't know any Japanese, Bachan is grandma. A lot of residential area coming up here, so nothing too exciting. One thing that's interesting I noticed about Japanese schools is that kids wear uniforms even when they're not going to school. But if they're going to like a group activity, they'll totally wear some jumpsuit or whatever their school calls for. It's really funny, like the younger kids, Shogakse, they're totally in like a tracksuit, and then you get into middle school and you're gonna start, rocking the traditional Japanese boys and girls suits, which you probably know what they are. Probably. So, getting further down the street, what else do we got here? Iwate Ginko is probably the biggest bank in Iwate Prefecture. More kids. See, they're in their uniforms. 7-Eleven. Video shops. Dude, I'm so sick of how expensive media is in Japan. Like, it's ridiculous. If you want to get like a DVD, it's like, it can be like $30 to $50. So, that's ridiculous. Used cars are really cheap in Japan. I was really surprised, but I guess that has to do with having to get your inspection and tax done, which, you gotta do something like that. It's smog in California, but it's not that bad. But, these are more expensive than usual, like these cars over here. Basically, you're looking at like 3,800, 5,800, 6,200, 8,600. Those are pretty new cars, but like if you want to get a car from like 2001 or something like that, like a lot of the really compact cars in Japan, original price is probably around like 12,000 bucks. And so it's not super expensive to get a used one. Like I've seen a few good used cars for about let's say $1,800, and they're decent, little cool Hondas. Oh, the police. No, this is the fire station. They're not gonna do anything. There's the big cemetery, Haka, right there. Coming down towards where Michelle, the good bakery, is. Michel, if you want to sound French and fancy, which you probably would, because they have lots of fancy bread. Very French. Michel is packed, as usual. Delicious. I ate there this morning. They have like awesome chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. And I'm going to be swinging left here to get back to where I'm living. We're in like downtown Hanamaki, which you can probably tell because all the buildings are enormous. If you're still watching this, you're a trooper, because I'm just sitting at a stoplight, which has got to be super interesting. Yes, that's one thing that doesn't change from America to California. America to California. Japan to America. To not sound like an idiot. Okay. Oh, my CD's skipping. Whoa, look out. Switching tracks and recording video at the same time. Look out. Oh, horrible. Horrible. Why does my Daft Punk CD from 10 years ago have skips on it? I wonder. Because I'm listening to CDs. Check out the console of this car. It's pretty simple. It's really funny. Like, I got really used to having an iPod hookup on my car in America, and I haven't been able to put stereo or anything in this car yet. At the Maracon Bowling. This is really interesting right here. This is a 4-story bar, and every story is a different owner. So it's kind of like bar hopping, but it's in the same building, which is really weird. And do that light right there. People don't like to stop in Hanamaki, I've noticed. They like to pull out really far until they're like, maybe I'll hit this guy, and then they stop. Which is totally fun if you're getting used to driving on the other side of the road. Fit. I want a Fit. I'm in a Life right now. Really cheap car. Pretty tiny, but I like this car. So, if you don't know what a K car is in Japan, K car means that it is under 0.660 liters. And that basically means you have to pay almost no tax on your car. And so, you know, if you got a larger car, say like 2 liter to 3 liter, you're going to be paying a different amount. And it's really funny because you'll see some people driving like an Escalade or like just like a really old American van that you know has a big V8 in it. You're like, why? Why would you do that here? The tax is so expensive, it's so inefficient, gas is so expensive. Why would you do that? That's my opinion. Check out some scenery. The beautiful bridge. Lots of, just like in America, you know, you always got birds chilling up on the lights around here. Coming around the bend. Totally think I'm gonna stop at the grocery store, even though I just did like a little while ago to get some money. I ATM inside of there. This guy's like, what's this guy doing filming? What's he doing? Holding up my iPhone and talking like every other stupid gaijin who thinks his YouTube channel is awesome. FG, that's awesome. I would drive that car if the tax wasn't ridiculously expensive. It's really interesting. You'd think, depending how old the car is, that the tax would be different, but it's not really like that. It's really like if there's any interest left in the car in Japan. Like when I first got here, I wanted to get a Suzuki Cappuccino, which I thought would be really cheap. And then I found out that they're about $4,000, and that's really expensive for a super tiny little car. I wanted to get it because it's kind of like, I had a Miata in America, and I love that car, but I want to get something with almost no tax rate, and so that's why I was interested in the Cappuccino. And it didn't happen. So I'm here at Jois. Really decent grocery store, because if you're like me, a gaijin 3 months into living in Japan, you don't want to cook anything, because you're like, I don't know what these ingredients are. Well, you do. You just don't want to do anything with it. There's a Dunk. That's another cool car. I love the Dunk. So I'm going to grab some beer, maybe a Chu-hi, go back and play some 3D Gran Turismo 5, because I'm a nerd. Bye.